everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I got for you a few install items for the Ram 1500s. Let's see here, let's start off with these guys right here. They are 194 replacement bulbs, and they have a RGB setup in them, and so all you have to do is they're plug and play. You replace your old 194 style bulbs or 183s. I can't remember what all variances they have, but you replace them with these guys, and you have a RGB setup, and you can change all the colors and everything. And I think you can even pulse these with the music. I don't know yet, but we'll get to those here in a minute. That'll probably be the first item we'll install. Now the second item will be these PRV audio speakers. Now I know I went quite a bit overboard because I'm not planning on running an amplifier inside the truck for my mids and highs just yet, but maybe later on down the road I might do that. I originally planned to put them in the front door, but just so you guys know, 3.5 inch mounting depth is way too deep to be able to put them in the front doors, and that is because the bracing for the front window regulator. So these had to go into the back, and I got really lucky, and the rear window regulator just barely clears the magnet on these guys. So I've got another set coming, which we'll be seeing in a later video most likely, but they are going to be 6.5, if you can't tell. I ended up going with Massive Audio's a shallow 6.5 inch mid-range speaker, and it's just a single voice coil speaker, and that's why I ended up getting these, was because in 6.5s you have a lot more options as far as a single voice coil versus having the component styles and stuff like that. You can just literally go buy a 6.5 and plop it in there. So this is the route I think I'm going to go. The next thing we have is a Canon cabin air filter. I did realize that my AC, the pressure coming out of the vents, isn't what it used to be, so I'm assuming that my factory air filter is probably getting pretty gummed up and clogged up with trash and dirt and whatever else it catches. I literally walked into O'Reilly's and picked this up just today, so I'll try to give you an idea, you know, as to whether or not I get better air pressure out of the vents having this high flow Canon air filter. Moving on down the line, we have powerstop drilled and slotted rotors for front and rear, and then they came with the carbon fiber ceramic pads, and I went with this setup because it was actually recommended to me. So huge shout out to everybody on the 4th Gen Rams page, everybody on the high performance Ram page as well. You guys did me badass. You know, I put a post on both pages just saying, hey, it's time to upgrade my brakes. My factory rotors are starting to get a little wonky and kind of seem warped, and I'm definitely hearing my brake pad squeal. So I'm tired of the squealing, I'm tired of the brake dust. You know, what's the best upgrade I can go with without having to get larger calipers? And this is what everybody recommended to me, so shout out to you guys, really appreciate it. Hope you're following the channel, so you know, you hear your recognition for that. And last but not least, I have some Bosch windshield wipers. So anyway, yeah, it's about that time. We'll hop right off into this, and I think we'll start out with these guys. All right, so for those of y'all that are interested in getting these LED tops custom interior lights, they're a 194 LED. Comes with this little remote. That my particular set came with 3 of these light bulbs. I don't know why they did 3 instead of 4, but it is what it is. I want to go ahead and throw a shout out to Custom Black Guns. I'm going to put a link right up here in one of these 2 corners to his YouTube channel. Go check him out. The guy's got some amazing content. In fact, I think he has 2 channels now. He's got one where he kind of has a quirky style and he likes to talk with a funny voice, and I admire that. He did his own thing and it works for him. And then he's got a second one where he gets a little bit more serious about things, and he gets a little bit more in depth about stuff. He also has an Instagram and a Facebook, and I believe it was his Facebook page that I had seen him, that he had purchased these and installed them. And these things are pretty cool, especially for the price. On Amazon, you can get them for next to nothing. Just to give you an idea for size reference, these are the LED bulbs that I put into my truck. I mean, roughly like 2 weeks after I had it, I went and replaced a lot of the halogen light bulbs with LEDs. This is your RGB setup with your probably your wireless receiver and everything for your remote, and it comes with 3 of these, and I've already popped 2 of them in, and I've got them set up on red now, which you can see my pocket knife down there. I left it down there because I had to use it to pry this one out. Anyway, you can kind of see the reflection on my pocket knife. Hopefully I can zoom into that for you so you can see a little bit better. But you know, you can go from red. I just hit green on the controller, blue, I can go with the red. The reason why I like the red and I wanted to go with the red is because I haven't done a video or how-to on this, but this is your map light. A lot of people want to know how to change the color of this, and I actually changed it by replacing it with an LED, and I'd really like to make a video for you guys. So all you 4th Gen Ram guys that have this little map light here, this little reading light, leave me a comment down below. Let me see how many people actually want to see me do a video on this, and if I already have done a video, that link will be right up here or right up here. I did this red For those of y'all that have seen this channel, seen this truck, the wheels on it are red, the license plates are red, I got red accents, so it just kind of helps tie it together a little bit more. You know, I got the red Hemi badge there on the dash. So I like the red. But also, you know, if you're not all about show and you're actually in the truck and say you leave a pocket knife in the floorboard at nighttime and you need white light, then you can actually select white. And since it's broad daylight, it's literally noon here. The weather's amazing, by the way. It's like 69 degrees, 70 degrees. A little bit breezy, but feels great. By the way, truck's dirty as hell. Constantly on the go, if you hadn't heard that one before, but we'll get back up under here. You guys don't need to see this. I'm not talking about this thing yet. But there's your LED bulb plugged in. So by the way, guys, I actually found a use for this cubby hole. The use is my remote for my RGB setup lights. So there's one thing out of the way. Let's move on to the next. Next install item will be the Canon cabin air filter. Are you supposed to oil it? Electrostatically charged to hold dirt and dust. I guess not, which is kind of different. They show you cleaning it here. Oh, look, they got their own special cabin air filter cleaner. Imagine that. Kudos to Canon for, you know, keeping stuff monopolized. As always, Canon always comes with stickers. So the first thing you want to do when you install your Canon is install the sticker. Let's do that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's figure out if this filter needs to be oiled or not. For those of y'all that have a 4th gen RAM, I will give you a heads up before purchasing this. Make sure that your truck has interchangeable cabin air filters, because some of these models of trucks, even though everything else can be identical, some of them do not come with the tray to allow you to remove and replace your cabin air filter. If your truck does not come with that, there actually is an aftermarket kit. You do not charge these with oil, which is pretty neat. All you do is get their specialized cleaner, which apparently electrostatically charges your filter. For kind of the compare and contrast is I'm just gonna go ahead and tie a little knot there. You know, you get the idea. We'll see. So it's standing the bag out fairly straight. Okay, so let's go back. Let's pop this guy in. This doesn't take very long. So to get to your cabin air filter, for those of y'all that have one, and for those of y'all that want to see, you just literally open your glove box. Inside your glove box, you have these 2 slots. You can see the 2 slots. Once you get your glove box open, you're gonna depress that, and that allows your glove box to fall down, and then you just pull out. So it literally just hooks in there. Once you get that done, you can get up under here, and you see right here, there's a tray, and it actually says air filter tray or whatever. It says something. I can't see it. I can't read it from here. But if we depress the tabs on the side of it, there's one tab. The other one's up in there to where I can't get my head. I got a big head too. Top of these big old hands and feet and everything. So it says airflow, and it's got it pointed down, so that way you know it's down. And there's your factory air filter. Little old paper filter. Ooh, she's dirty. This one does not have any kind of preferred direction, it seems like. Does not. Okay, so it doesn't have any preferred direction or airflow. But we'll just pop this guy in there where the other one came out of, which is kind of hard to do. This one isn't as flexible as the original. So there's your new Canon air filter. Then you'll install your cover back on. Simple as that. From there, plug our glove box back in. So there it is. Now let's go back. Grab this guy, that guy. I would say yes, it's actually blowing harder. It's actually, instead of the bag just floating, it's actually got enough air force coming this way that it's pushing the bag out of the way. Let me direct it more towards the bag. Now I'm not gonna lie, the AC does smell a lot cleaner, and you can see why. Yeah, I would say I've got more air pressure, quite a bit more. So the next one we're going to talk about is the PRV speakers. I've already installed these. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you all that, but if you have me on Instagram, you'll see a video of me playing the system after I put the PRVs in. Yeah, I am happy with these because of the mid-range voice coil they got on it. Real good speaker for the price. I really wish I had the right wattage to drive these, and I really am sorry that I didn't install these. But if I get the other ones, I can pretty much show you how similar the front panel is compared to the back panel, because I pulled this one first, tried to put these in the front, and it just wasn't working. The magnet size, the magnet depth, like I said, the mounting depth is 3.5 inches. Those will fit in your rear doors, and that's about the max speaker depth you can get in the rear doors. That being said, now we're going to move on to the brakes. So this looks like it's going to be a 10 millimeter. One thing you need to do before popping your calipers off is making sure that they're bled back or pressed back. That way you can get your new brake shoes on your new rotors, because of course the tolerance is going to be different with the thicker pads. So you got the 2 1/2-inch bolts that you're going to pull off. Once you do that, you can pull your caliper. Nice dusty caliper. Set that off to the side, out of the way. Pretty fair. They're probably about halfway worn down, so these are probably 80 to 100,000 mile pads. Now I've got to remove these 2 big boys. I don't know if you can see them there. Oh fuck, ow, I'm gonna remove that. That hurt. Jesus Christ, hey, that hurt. I'm not used to having things poke me in the ass randomly. There we go. Son. I don't think I'm going to do the other 3 that way, because if so, I won't be able to use my hand next week. This one definitely had some sort of Loctite on it, so we'll probably put Loctite back on those. Your caliper support bracket. Next to be the actual brake rotor. So they got these little keepers on there, which I don't have a really cool trick to removing those. Basically the only thing I know to do is either break them or bend all these little tabs out. And I can tell you right now, it's a lot quicker to break them. So one extra tool, you'll need a pair of dikes. Useful, very. Very useful. Doesn't seem like it's gonna come off too easy. So I don't have a rubber mallet or dead blow, but I have this guy, which probably isn't gonna be enough force, but I'm gonna try it first. Not even. Then we got this guy. There it is. So it was definitely time for new rear pads, and of course the rotors are warped from doing burnouts. And that's what started the whole idea of replacing my pads and rotors. Let's do a quick, start up here. Woo. She's already still warm from earlier. Installed today, boys and girls. Got my new wiper blades on, so now I can clean my windshield and it actually doesn't streak. Them Bosch wiper blades actually work pretty good for being the cheap ones. See here, got the air filter in the AC there. Kill the music. Got the air filter in the AC there. It smells good. It's blowing real good. It's on 3 right now, and it actually feels like it did on 4 or 5. So not a big improvement, but definitely better. Smells better. Got the lights down in the bottom. You can kind of see them now that it's getting a little bit darker out. You can see my shoes are lighting up red, and on the passenger side floor mat red. So I think those are going to look pretty sick at nighttime. Hopping in the truck. This is the first time I started, done anything with it since I did the brake rotors and pads. So I'm going to go ahead and pump the brake pedal up. And your first few pumps are going to feel real soft, because remember, you push them calipers all the way back in. So now they're adjusting back to where they're nice and tight on the shoes and on the rotors there. So just go ahead and give it a few good pushes, get the brake pedal used to, there it is, get the brake pedal all set back up, and then we're ready for our test drive. Let's go see how this thing does. See, I really wanted to put some lines out and actually do a stop footage test to see what kind of footage I could rack up in a hard stop on battery brakes versus these, but just never have time for stuff like that. Hopefully I get more time to get more detailed and more planned out in my videos, instead of it just being like, look, I got all this stuff in, let's throw it on right now. All right, we're gonna do a little launch here. I'm not gonna get very good traction. I can already see the roads kind of fresh, fresh asphalt, so I'm probably gonna tear it up, but I'll do a little launch. I'll get up speed and probably hit the brakes before I get the on-ramp right there. So let's do this. there was a cop at the top of that on-ramp. Wow. All right, you witnessed it here first, folks. You can do a standing burnout around the corner from a cop and not get pulled over. I don't know how I got away with that. He obviously was probably jamming out to some Tupac or something like that, and didn't realize that I had just laid a fat cloud of smoke back there and come up the on-ramp at about 98. I think I was peaking at about 100 before I did the brake test. Good thing I was doing the brake test at the top of the on-ramp, because by the time I got to the top of it, I realized there was a cop sitting up there. So we're gonna get turned back around here, head back off the other way. That's it, folks. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video. If so, please subscribe to the video, and please watch more videos on this channel right here. Just click right here to subscribe. Click right here to see the next video, and we'll see you next time, guys. I appreciate you watching. Rep 361 Texas, we're out.